stand. Mr. Perry comes in, everything changes. So we literally run the entire episode for him and he hates it. Does that mean I have to learn a whole new script? Yes, that's what it means.
They was like, Tyler Perry really, it really is like that. Let's see.
Get ready, because you about to be an ATLien.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Now, listen. Tyler Perry is in the news today because one of his actors went on to TikTok, the TikTok. Y'all know I'm on TikTok now, right? One of his actors went on TikTok and basically spilled all the tea about how Tyler be changing stuff in the middle of filming, how it's hard to work with him, and how he didn't know what was going to happen because, you know, he had learned his lines and Tyler was rewriting it in the middle of learning it, and he called it a traumatic experience working for Tyler Perry. Now, if you recall, on the series ATL, well, y'all don't watch Atlanta. Do y'all watch Atlanta on FX? It's over now, but on the series, Donald Glover had actually had a man on there who they, you know, was kind of emulating Tyler Perry. He was very like, you know, bizarre acting. You know, he said he owned College Park. And yeah, hold on, let me show you this little short. Well, I don't know if I should show you this clip. I'll probably get locked up, copyright, if I show you this clip. But I can show you this TikTok. Okay. In this TikTok, this actor by the name of Brandon J told a long ass story about how he was on Meet the Browns and his experience with Tyler Perry. And so people are really interested. And they was like, Tyler Perry really is like that. Let's see. So this is part one. It's like 5 parts of this story. So y'all, let's listen, see what he said.
About how filming Meet the Browns was the most stressful and hardest thing that I've ever done in my entire life. I had no idea that Tyler Perry Studios' schedule was so drastic. If you're working on a regular network show, they take a whole week to film an episode. Tyler Perry Studios, they film an episode in 1 day. The character was Jeffrey.
1 day.
High school teenager who was very intellectual, who was getting bullied at school. I take 2 to 3 days to learn the entire script. On the day of filming, first thing we do is a table read. I know all of my lines. I'm ready to go. So the director, who is Alfonso Ribeiro Carlton in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, he starts to block us, telling the actors where to go, where to stand. Mr. Perry comes in, everything changes. So we literally run the entire episode for him and he hates it. Does that mean I have to learn a whole new script? Yes, that's what it means. Mr. Perry on the spot starts rewriting the entire script and he's feeding me the lines to say, and the director is kind of standing on the side like, you better do it because if not, they will fire you. Here is where the shoe hit the fan. So in the middle of Mr. Perry changing up the scenes, he says, you know, I want Jeffrey to be gay and he has a crush on his bully. That's not what I auditioned for. What? Click like for part 2 because this is just
he said in the middle of the scene. So I was like, I want the little boy to be gay, honey. That's what they said. Look, I don't know. I'm just here. Hold on. Let's watch part 2
of my traumatic filming of Meet the Browns. So after Mr. Perry says we're going to change the character and make him gay, I immediately get on the phone with my mom because I'm like, is this customary? Can they just change a character like this? And she didn't really know the answer to that. So she got on the phone with my agent. My agent was like, absolutely not. If Brandon doesn't feel comfortable with playing this character, then he can walk from this because you don't have to do anything that you don't feel comfortable doing. And then they call the casting director. Casting director is on the phone and she's like, hey, I'm not on set today. I hear that they changed the character. Do you want to walk away from this project? Yes or no? At this point, I'm extremely overwhelmed. I really don't know what I want to do. I had waited years and years to work with Tyler Perry. It was the biggest dream that I had at the time. I want to tell this story. I want to play this character. I feel like it's mine and I'm gonna do it. We go on break. I'm sitting in my dressing room and in walks the assistant director. I have an entire new script with all new lines, pages and pages and pages. I have an hour to learn this stuff. I'm literally feeling the pressure right now. It's my first television gig and I don't want to jack this up. Tamala Mann calls me into her dressing room. We're going to run lines together and I'm in her room freaking out. She said, you are here for a reason. You have been placed in this role, in this position at this time because you can do this. You can handle this. She was literally a godsend. After that, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling ready. We go to lunch and we come back from lunch. And guess what? They've changed the script again. Scrap the script we just gave you an hour ago. Here's draft 5. Like for part 3. So this is part 2 of my traumatic.
Damn, we got how many parts we got, Jeff? 5. Hold on.
This is part 3 of my traumatic experience filming Meet the Browns. They say you have 15 minutes to work on your script and we're about to start filming. I go into hair and makeup for them to touch me up and I start to read the script. And I see that Jeffrey is no longer gay. So far today, I've been given 3 new scripts and my character has been changed twice. I'm just confused, but now it's time to film. It's go time. Time is money. So we start filming the first scene and Mr. Perry's on the side of us feeding lines to Tamala Man and he's trying to get her to cuss in the scene and she will not cuss. That was funny. Now it's time to film the biggest 3 scenes that I have. We only have 3 takes to get it right. The first take happens and I'm flubbing all of the lines. Every line I'm saying wrong. I don't know where I even am right now. There's an acting coach that comes up to me on set and he's like, you're not giving it right now. Also, there's a script supervisor that's coming up to me and she's like, you said this line wrong, this line wrong, this line wrong. And I'm like, I can't remember this stuff. And then we do take number 2. I'm like breaking under the pressure. Mr. Perry's looking at me. They're all expecting me to deliver and I just don't know what to say. The director comes up to me. I don't know if he's trying to antagonize me, but he's in my face and he's like, you need to get this right. You need to tune in. What if this was happening to you in real life? You need to tune in. You need to tune in. Tamala Man is behind me and she's like, come on, Jeffrey, come on. We got to get this done. We got to get this done. And it's pressure, 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 pressure from all sides. Like for part 4. This is part 3 of my traumatic experience filming Meet the Browns.
That like for part 4, child. Okay, it's only 5. Okay.
Here's part 4 of my traumatic filming of Meet the Browns. I remember the person that I wanted to impress the most was Mr. Perry. I always looked up to him and he was just sitting on the side looking at me. He was just looking at me, like waiting for me to do something. I felt like he was about to fire me. Everybody's expecting me to pull something out. They don't even let me finish the 3rd take. They're like, cut, we need to reset. So at this time, I just kind of black out and I get so angry and frustrated in the moment that when they call action on the 4th take, I lose it. I'm screaming, I'm yelling, I'm crying, not because I was acting, but I was feeling those emotions because of how overwhelmed I was in this moment. And Mr. Perry allowed me to just say whatever. And that's the scene and the moment that made it to television.
With you, man. I'm sick of you playing with me. All of y'all. Wait. All of y'all. You tease me every day. You follow me home from school and you punch me.
Jeffrey, this is not the way you handle it.
Shut up.
Y'all know I had to, I don't know if this is, look, let me put my little banner up real quick because, he playing clips from Tyler Perry's film, okay? Copyright disclaimer, blah, 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 blah. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act, allows made for fair use. We are, we are researching, honey. We are researching. I want to hear the story.
I told him to stop. I told you to stop. You wouldn't listen. You listening now, aren't you? You listening now, aren't you?
Click
This looked like a long time ago.
like for the final part of this story.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Here's the final part of my traumatic filming of Meet the Browns. So it's the final scene with me and Tamala Man, and she's hugging me, and they end up calling rap. I finished the episode. I feel so accomplished, but I don't know how I really did. Like, I don't know if it was a good job. And Mr. Perry calls me over to the side, and he's like, what's your name? And I said, my name is Brandon J. And he said, you did a phenomenal job. And I just felt so seen at that moment and validated. And I took the challenge. It was the most stressful day of my life, but I didn't let it stop me. I could have went home when they changed the character. I could have just quit. But because I did that episode, from there, I felt like I could do anything in the world. And I told Mr. Perry, I was like, I don't think you remember this, but I met you when I was 12 years old, a young, inspiring playwright, and I met him at the Shark Bar. I just told him how big of a fan I was, and he was like, keep following your dreams and one day you're gonna make it. And then years later, I'm working with him and it was crazy. I say that it was traumatic because it literally was my first TV episode ever. I never done anything that pushed me that far. But in one day of working at Tyler Perry Studios, it was like 10 years of training. Stuff that you would never learn in acting school, I learned in one day on this set. I wouldn't take it away for nothing. So even though the experience was tough, I am so glad that I had that moment. It was a career-defining moment for me, and I went on to do Disney and work for BET and be on network television. But that was the place that I was able to launch my career, if you will, in TV and film. If you didn't learn anything from this, Tyler Perry is actually the GOAT at what he does. He pushes his actors, he gives people opportunity, and I am the actor that I am today because I was able to work with Tyler Perry.
That's awesome. Okay, that's awesome. He made it seem like Tyler Perry was a predator or something. He wrote in that he was gay. You know, he was playing a teen bully and blah, 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 blah. But I'm glad it came out to be a good story. That's why I had to listen to all five. I need a context. Okay, I need a context.
This is Tyler Perry, and if you want the truth, a lot of blogs don't tell the truth. StraightFromTheA.com. That's what you check out.
And you love us, don't you?
And I had to get the context now because everybody, yes, he's the hero. He's doing tricks. It was clickbait. We got right. Boom! It was a happy. Y'all are so funny. Y'all are hilarious. But anywho, y'all remember ATL though, when ATL was hold on, I'm gonna play the little ATL clips if y'all want to see the little ATL clip. It's only 40 seconds. Hold on, let me see if I can play it. All right, y'all remember this? See, if y'all haven't watched ATL, y'all been missing some good TV. So go on and binge watch ATL. It comes on FX. Okay. Well, I keep calling it ATL. It's Atlanta. Go on binge watch Atlanta on FX. It's good. The season has ended and all that. The series has ended, but it was a great show. Hold on. This is it right here. Y'all know copyright disclaimer, blah, 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 blah. This is supposed to be the fake Tyler Perry.
Have her say, but I'm pregnant.
But this is a kid show, Mr. Chocolate.
Thank you.
They said Mr. Chocolate was supposed to be Tyler Perry, not Mr. Chocolate.
Calling the police.
I own the police. And most of College Park.
Well, you can't just take somebody's...
I can do whatever I want! You break into my queue, shoot my guard, and then tell me how to raise my child!
This is an open...
He said he owned all of College Park. He owns
Very state of Miss Vanessa. You know, someone that's you.
I'm fine. Grits don't work on me. I've developed a tolerance over the years.
Oh my God.
So y'all can watch the whole episode. That was only 46 seconds. I hope I'm good. Moving on.